on the air. Today is our 4th week of our Fruit of the Spirit series, and today we will be learning about patience. Alright, you know the drill now. Today we have a special guest, Dominic. He's got some moves to show us for praise and worship. Okay, now it's time for praise and worship. Let's go!
I lay my life down at your feet. You're the only one I need. I turn to you and you are always there. In troubled times it's you I see. I put you first, that's all I need. I humble all I am, all to you. One way, Jesus, you're the only one that I could live for. One way, Jesus, you're the only one that I could live for. You're the only one, you're the only one, you're the only one that I could live for. You're the only one, you're the only one, you're the only one that I could live for. You were always, always there, every how and everywhere. Your grace abounds so deeply within me. You will never ever change. Yesterday, today, the same. Forever till forever meets no end. One way, Jesus, you're the only one that I could live for. One way, Jesus, you're the only one that I could live for. One way, Jesus, you're the only one that I could live for. One way, Jesus, you're the only one that I could live for. Are you having fun? Well, what we're gonna do now is we're all gonna get down nice and low. That's it, how low can you go? And we're gonna sing, you are the way, the truth and the life. Come on, let me hear ya. You are the way, the truth and the life. We live by faith and not by sight. For you, we're living all for you. Up a bit higher. You are the way, the truth and the life. We live by faith and not by sight. For you, we're living all for you. You are the way. You are the way, the truth and the life. We live by faith and not by sight. For you, we're living all for you. You are the way, the truth and the life. We live by faith and not by sight. For you, we're living all for you. One way, Jesus, you're the only one that I could live for. One way, Jesus, you're the only one that I could live for. One way, Jesus, you're the only one that I could live for. One way, Jesus, you're the only one that I could live for.
Senses feed these eyes that seek to find their hope in you. I'm made in your image. I'm made in your image. This heart that beats, this mouth that speaks, more and more like you. I'm made in your image. I'm made in your image. 'Cause you are the potter and I am the clay. You're molding me, shaping me every day. 'Cause you are the potter and I am the clay. You're molding me, shaping me every day. I'm trusting in the Lord on the day to day, picking up strength all seek to find their hope in you. I'm made in your image. I'm made in your image. This heart that beats, this mouth that speaks, more and more like you. I'm made in your image. I'm made in your image. 'Cause you are the potter and I am the clay. You're molding me, shaping me every day. 'Cause you are the potter and I am the clay. You're molding me, shaping me every day. I'm trusting in the Lord on the day-to-day, picking up strength all along the way. You know what you're doing in me. I'm trusting in the Lord on the day-to-day, picking up strength all along the way. You know what you're doing in me. In your image I am made. In your image I am made. In your image I am made. You made me special. You made me precious. You made me wonderful. You made me special. You made me precious. You made me wonderful. In your image I am. I'm trusting in the Lord on the day-to-day, picking up strength all along the way. And you know what you're doing in me. I'm trusting in the Lord on the day-to-day, picking up strength all along the way. And you know what you're doing in me. In your image I am made. In your image I am made. In your image I am made. I'm trusting in the Lord on the day-to-day, picking up strength all along the way. And you know what you're doing in me. In your image I am made.
Ready? Okay. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, too. Woo-hoo! Gentleness and self-control. Hey, we got spirit. How about you?
We got the fruit, yeah, yeah. The fruit of the Spirit. We got the fruit, yeah, yeah. This is how we live. We got the fruit, yeah, yeah. The fruit of the Spirit. The gifts that only God can give. Well, it's easy to get mad
Thank you, Dominic, for the amazing time of praise and worship. I really like your moves, Dominic. Good job. Now, let's watch a video about Job. Okay, Job is a man from the Bible. He is very, very patient. Let's learn from Job.
In the land of Uz, there lived a very patient man. Job was his name, and his fame had spread throughout the land. He owned 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels too. He had 1,000 oxen, and so many things to do. Job had 10 precious children. He also had a wife. He had many helpful servants. Oh, how happy was his life! But one thing made Job different from other men in Uz. He loved God and did good, no matter where he was. God was very proud of Job for doing such good deeds, because Job often helped the poor and those with special needs. But one day, Satan came to God to tell God where he'd been. God asked if he had looked at Job, a man who hated sin. "Does Job serve God for nothing?" said Satan to the Lord. "You have made him very rich and blessed him with great rewards. If you take away Job's blessings, he'll stop doing what is right. He will soon be doing things that are wicked in your sight." So God allowed cruel Satan to take away Job's joy. In a single day, Job's children died, and his riches were destroyed. Even though Job's heart was broken, he did not give up the fight. He kept on trusting God and continued doing right. But Satan wasn't finished being cruel to this poor man. So he talked with God again about another wicked plan. "You know Job only serves you, God, because he is not sickly. If you let me take his health, he will curse you very quickly." God knew Job wouldn't turn away from doing what was right, so he let the wicked devil take Job's health and all his might. Upon the skin of Job, painful boils began to grow, from the tip-top of his head to the bottom of his toe. He could not sleep at night because the boils hurt so much, and his entire body hurt whenever it was touched. So he sat in piles of ashes, feeling lonely and down, and he scratched the painful boils as he sat upon the ground. His 3 friends came to see him from many miles around to visit their poor friend who was sitting on the ground. Eliphaz, Bildad, and Zophar were Job's 3 caring friends who came to try and help poor Job be happy once again. But his friends couldn't understand why Job was suffering. They thought he must have done some very wicked thing. But Job knew he had done nothing that would cause God to get mad. Yet he wondered why the Lord allowed his life to get so bad. So he prayed that God would speak to him, letting him know why all this pain had come into his life and his children had to die. For many days, Job pleaded to be answered by the Lord. God heard his many cries and listened to his word. Then God began to speak to Job to help him understand that only God can rule the world and make it fit for man. God asked Job to explain how the stars stay in the sky. He asked him to explain how the soaring eagles fly. Could Job, as a man, catch the huge Leviathan? Could Job kill Behemoth or trap him in a pen? When God had finished speaking, Job bowed his head in prayer. He knew that he was wrong to question God's good care. But God was very happy with the patience of this man. So God gave him twice as much as he had when he began. Job had 14,000 sheep, 6,000 camels too. He had 2,000 oxen. Now there was more to do. Job had 10 more children. He still had his wife. He had many more new servants. Oh, how happy was his life. He had 3 more daughters who made his life so grand. They grew to be the fairest of all women in the land. Job lived for many years, watching his grandchildren grow. But he started getting old. It was time for him to go. So Job died, a happy man, old and full of days. And God was very proud of Job for all his patient ways.
Welcome back, children. Job's story helps us understand that even though times are tough, like Job, he has boils all over his body, his children die, his animals die, almost everyone in the family died, but he still never lose his faith. He still have patience and keep on praying and believing that God still love him, and indeed, God reward him multiple times. Alright, now we will be making a patience experiment. This week we are not making craft. Okay, this week is a little bit special. Teacher Charles will be teaching us to make patience experiment. Okay, you will need 3 cups. Okay, the best will be transparent, but if you cannot find, it's okay. Some paper towel or tissue paper, and you will need paint or food coloring. Alright, you have 2 minutes. Go!
Okay, hello guys. How is everyone doing? Is everyone good? Okay, so today, as we learn about patience, Teacher Just is going to teach you one very simple experiment, but an experiment that needs your patience. Okay, so what you need to have is, you need to have 3 containers, water, and 2 tissue paper. And some coloring if you want. If you don't want, it's okay. Okay, so firstly, you will have to pour the water into these 2 containers. Okay? And then you can add some coloring. This is some chemicals from the lab. You can use food coloring, it's okay. Just a little bit is enough. And then another color in another beaker. Okay. Okay, then you mix it up like this. This is crystal violet, this is saffronin. Okay. Okay, now you have to fold the tissue paper like this. You fold them up and then fold into half like this, and then you dip into the container like this. One side inside here, another side here. Okay, so same goes to another one. Fold into half, put inside. Okay, so now let's wait for a moment. So now you can see the water slowly goes up from the tissue paper and then goes into this container. Okay, never mind, we will see how later. But as we talk about patience, okay, so this experiment needs patience. So we have to have patience always, no matter where we are, and little by little we can get things done, right? Okay, for example, most of you have been to school, right? And teacher believe that some of you, when your teachers give you a lot of homework, then you will start to get angry or anything. But from this experiment, you see, you have to slowly wait for the water to go up. Means that you need patience, and it applies to your daily lives as well. You have to do it slowly, little by little, and then you can get things done. And of course, when you pray to God, you need to have patience as well. Just like sometimes when you pray and then you will ask God, why God you did not answer my prayer, right? And then you start to become sad and anything. But don't worry, you have to be patient with God, as God said in Psalm chapter 40 verse 1, I waited patiently for the Lord, He turned to me and heard me crying. So now you see, the water already start dripping. The water already start dripping. You see? Is it? So when you waited patiently, God will surely answer your prayer. Okay? And another thing, other than patience, we will learn about sharing from this experiment as well. Just like these two. You see these 2 beakers that have water with different color, different thing, right? Just like human. Every human is different. But at the end of the day, we are all equal, right? Because we are all God's creation. And we have to learn sharing is caring. Did you believe that your mom and dad have taught you in home, right? So sharing is caring. You have to help those in need. When you have, you help those in need. Okay? And then now, you just have to wait patiently for the water to get into this. Okay.
Kids, I know that you really want to know what will happen to your cups. You may think that nothing is going to happen, but no, you need to have a little bit of patience. Give it some time and you will see something magical happen. I promise you, okay? Now let's look at what happened to Teacher Charles' cup. Wow! See how the water travels and the color mix together? Isn't it beautiful? All you need is just a little bit of patience. This can be applied to our life as well. Sometimes we say, I want this, I want that, I pray already, why God didn't answer my prayer? All you need is just a little bit of patience. Remember Job? Right? It took so many years, alright, for him to get back everything he had lost. But he still had patience, right? So I want you to remember the story of Job and every time you look at your cup. Okay? Now next week we are going to stop our Fruit of the series for a while. We are going to be having a special Father's Day session because next Sunday is Father's Day. Alright? See you next week 11:30 a.m. at kids.clcpg.org. Bye!
The dam is breaking in. It was bound to happen, 'cause your heart is caving in. So why you bother? This is nothing you can run from. You make it, 'cause I can't change it anyway. Soon it's all over, and you've been running again. Before you know it, it's all over. So enjoy your heartbreak, enjoy your heartbreak, my friend. Promises we're making, the rules we keep breaking, and the moment we're off it, we try so hard to stop it. I hope we make it, 'cause we can't change it anyway.